Welcome back. I'm Luke and this is my daughter Indiana. And we're going to go through and open up this box of Icons of the Realm, Tomb of Annihilation, pre-painted plastic figures. This one has been out for some time now, but it's got such a good set that I thought I looked at all of them. I need more of these things to run the adventures coming up. So let's open this up and take a look.
I'm super excited.
Yeah, which one are you looking for?
I am looking for the
Valindra?
girl.
Valindra Shadow Mantle? Okay, cool. I'm also after Dragonbait, but I'm also after Mero. Andi, Tabaxis. So many in this set are good monsters to have. So let's get into it and take a look. Okay, let's start opening these things. Push them aside and let's start getting into it. What do you got for me, sweetie? What's our first one?
We're going to open this one up. It's been a while since I opened these ones.
Tear it open. Don't keep me waiting.
I'm trying as fast as I can.
Fast. Ooh, man-eating plants, I see. Check them out.
Get
You
out.
can hand them to me, but I see is that the man-eating plant? Man trap. It is the man trap. Alright, simple colour, green, wash, light wash put through it, yellow in the centre, same yellow, not much wash on it, so just a bit of wash inside the leaves, and that's it, 2 colour and a light wash. Looks secure, looks strong enough, it's not going to snap off, and I'd be interested to see how if any players actually fall for a man trap. Right, that's a good one. Put that there. What else we got?
I'm just going to eat
Yeah,
away.
yeet it away.
Okay.
Ooh. Alright, we've got a number 4 of 45. We have Zorbo as well. This is some little gremlin-y looking dude. I haven't played this adventure. I'm getting ready for it. I'm keen, but do not know specific characters. So Zorbo is new to me. Yeah, I'll have to look him up and see what he is all about. It looks like an orc. It is 8B orc. Alright, so these details are enough. You can see they did actually get the eyes and such. He's wearing basic garb clothes. I'm not seeing any lines on him. Once again, material's flexible enough that he's solidly on there. He ain't coming off that piece.
Sure.
And what do you reckon? The orc?
He looks a bit weird.
You always need a few orcs. You always travel around in bands. So happy with that. I need a barbarian orc. All my orcs are actually wearing armor.
What?
I needed one like that because players playing a barbarian orc. So that one worked out nicely. And we've got an Aarakocra here. Alright, I've got a few Aarakocra, but not this one yet. This is the Aarakocra number 23. The wings are a 2-tone wing, and you can see where even some of it's just been splashed down.
I sort of like the wings, and I also like the colour of his pants.
Yeah, you like the blue?
Yeah,
It's
I
a
like
nice... his feet look a little twisted, like his left one here. It looks like it's really been twisted up.
Oh, it looks like...
I mean, there's his leg, and then there's his foot again.
It looks like
going at a sharp angle.
it
Look, he
sort
broke
of
it.
looks like he sprained the thing.
Oh, he sprained his ankle, all right. He has been banged up.
Okay.
All right, what do we
Are
got
you ready
next?
for me to open the next
Yeah,
one?
go for it.
Okay. Let's
He's
open
looking
it.
pretty good. As far as Aarakocras go, he's nice colours.
Who do we have? Oh, it's upside down.
A Dow. A Dow. I have these Dow, I think, so I'm cool with the Dow. I've got enough of them. Earth Genie.
Oh, remember that one with the genie that we did?
I do. That wasn't a Earth Gin. That was a...
Gin? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a Air Gin is what you teamed up with.
Oh.
Well, this one's good. You can see where a little bit of the red is spilt onto the cyclone of it swirling up. I assume it's a dust storm, not so much a cyclone. It's an Earth Gin. You can see... I like how its arms are linked. That gives it extra strength and less chance of anything snapping off. It's quite a solid model. You would not be... even where it attaches, it's on solidly. Like some of the later ones, I've had problems. These older ones are a lot more solid built.
I like it. I like the colors.
That's the chunks of earth she's maneuvering around.
Mm.
Fine.
I like the little hats on her.
Alright, this is one of my first fire newts. I have avoided fire newts for whatever reason.
What?
This is number 12A. I just never really got them. They never appeared in many adventures I needed, so I never worried about getting them. He's been painted in orange and then been given a little bit of dry brushing, a little bit of wash to darken him and do his features. Face really hasn't had anything done to it. A little paint on his armour and his belt, which is close but not complete. The sword feels... yeah, it's flexible enough. He ain't going to snap off. And he's rooted on there pretty good. He's reasonably strong ankles. I've had a lot weaker ankles.
This one's a bit bent.
Oh, yes. Nanny Poo Poo. Nanny Poo Poo. All right. She's one of the characters specific to this campaign, but she will serve nicely as a little old lady or a witch in any other campaign, for what I understand she is. She's a little bent, but we'll be able to put her in some hot and cold water to reset her.
Like we did with the coiled snake.
Like we did with the coiled snake. Yeah, alright, so her face details are very tiny, but they've managed to put eyes and white dots in the centre there. She's got a little skull necklace, backpack, and just a lot of shading. So a lot of dark colours here for Nanny Poo Poo.
I like the gold bracelet.
Yep, with the little details. Just give it a little bit of flair.
Yeah.
And what's this last one we got on this one? So we're 2 boxes down and we got a Veggie Pygmy. This is Veggie Pygmy Chief, number 14. Alright, so the Veggie Pygmies are, you don't get very often in any other sets. They are very common down here in Chult. So very handy for any Chult campaigns or junglish campaigns. But I'm sure you could stick them in any forest piece. See that? With his staff linking his hand to his spear to his foot, it makes him a very strong model, and stronger than a lot of others. That the flexibility in him, he stands strong.
I'm gonna open the next one.
Open it, open it. I want dragon bait. Come on, dragon bait. Minsk would be good too. But dragon bait. I want dragon bait.
Yeah, whatever.
No, alright.
I'll just shoot this box away.
Oh. Pterodactyl folk. It's a Terrafolk. Alright, let's have a look at it. Yeah, he is, like, that Veggie Pygmy is better than him because he's got that bent rear leg. But the colour's pretty plain across it. There's not a lot of wash there. I see a few little lines from mould around his neck and a few bits and pieces, but his head's solid enough. His beak and such is solid. That ain't going to cause you problems. Yeah, he's just that little bit loose. But I think he's well balanced enough that he's going to sit there just fine without any problems. What do you reckon of Terrafolk?
Did
you play one?
Maybe. Dad, listen to this.
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, what do we got here? Was this 2 from the same one? One with the spear, one without? Fantastic. Alright, so these are the Aldani. I've got the Aldani 13 and 17 here. One with spear, one without. And I've come across these in the Temple of... oh, which one was that one? One of the old adventures they did up in... we've come across them. Another fire newt. This one without sword. This one with flame. Well, let's have a look at these guys. These guys are good. The spear is loose, not attached to the creature, just to the base. They're floating or swimming as they're on a little stand to stop them having feet on the ground, which is fine. They feel solid. Once again, a lot more solid than some of the newer ones, the Spelljammer sets. And their eyes and mouth are done separately. They're two-tone-ish with a wash and a thin colour. And for number 13, without the spear, he's fine too. Pretty much the exact same as the other one, although he looks like he's got a net, the one with the spear or trident, whereas this one is just the Aldani by itself. Very good.
They sort of look cute.
You think they're cute? Although I can see the line right up their backs. That was very obvious. See that mould line right up their backs?
Oh.
Yeah, so mould lines right up their backs. For our fire newt, 12B, here's the one with just a flame in his hand. Exact same as the other one. Like, instead of the sword, like the same highlights, a little bit of tiny wash or highlighting. The shoulder pad, the belt, exact same. It's not too bad. Those two together. What do we get?
Okay. What
What are we up to?
Dad, wait.
This is a halfway box.
Oh,
What do we got, sweetie?
we're opening it.
Come on. Open up. Open, open, open.
The scorpion.
We got a giant scorpion.
Scorpion.
Large scorpion. Well, it's not too large a scorpion. It says giant scorpion, but I suppose for scorpions he's pretty big.
Mm.
Well, that tail is pretty rigid. And the claws move more than... The tail is quite rigid. The body is much thicker than the arms, so he's on all right. He's good. Look at the colours. He's a very base colour. Sort of a green-brown with a brown undertones and a greener top. Number 29. I think he's not too bad, although I think this is a couple of years ago now, but I think they've got better ones in the last few sets. The sands and such for the desert one, I think they did even better. You've opened them all. You opened them all. Whoa, slow down. I can't keep up.
I'm just putting them on the table.
Alright, we've got a human druid. And it looks like he's got some sort of spiritual weapon, a snake type weapon he's brought out to do his sting. They did the green and then put some yellow highlight and then they just smashed some dark wash randomly around the spot like a highlight. You can see the lines up his boot where his mold lines are. The face is so dark I can barely make out what expression he's got on him. But as far as druids go, very handy, very cool. Will not have a problem with that. What about Artis Simba? An archer. No, they didn't put a bowstring on, and his bow moves around pretty freely. That arrow also isn't attached, it's just loosely hanging out there. He's pointing to his bow with an arrow he's holding. Alright, the painting around his waist and around his body is a little bit sloppy. You can see where the brown's just been splodged on, the green's just been splodged on, and they're going to call that camo. He's even got some black underneath his arm here that goes up his back onto his hood that I don't know what it even goes to. What's that black?
I have no idea.
Camouflage. We call that camouflage when we have no idea. We just had a random brush stroke. He's on there really firmly, this guy, and so I don't have any concerns about him being bent over when I chuck him in a tub full of other miniatures. He'll be fine. I think this is one of the harder ones to get. This is Rustnasai. I have seen this guy in a couple of comics and a couple of online people's reviews. I understand he must be a henchman or being a lieutenant of some sort. Sword's good, flexible. Arm's good, flexible, but it doesn't feel like it's going to break off him. Lower bottom is a snake that's got some white paint on the back of him for some reason. Do you know what that's there for?
No.
Yeah.
I guess it's camouflage.
What do you reckon? How do you say this guy's name? Rastus? He's got that bandage around his eye, so he's lost his sight. I'm sure there's a story to him.
The snakes and... Oh, I have no idea what's happened. Let's open this one.
Snakes took out his eye?
Oh, okay.
What do we got? What do we got? What's next? We're halfway. We are halfway. 4 to go. I've got some good ones here. I needed some of these guys and some fine utes.
Yeah, it's one of those
Gorilla
dudes.
All right. I bought all the new Gorilla that I had to paint myself this. So I have popped up with all the Gorilla that I need. But here's another. Gorilla. Right. White. No real wash. Oh, there's a bit of wash, a bit of darkening around him. Once again, very solid because those 3 points of contact and those thick arms and legs. And even his arms don't bend that well. Can you bend the arm? Very
These
solid,
little
isn't it?
arms.
Yeah, they're these little punching arms. Little punching arms. He grabs you with the big ones and then he gives you little uppercuts with the little ones.
Look at his giant, like,
Mouth.
teeth.
Yeah, these tusks.
What?
Tusks.
How is that possible?
How is it possible? He's a gorilla.
Wait, what?
Well, we've got a veggie pygmy. Number 15, veggie pygmy. It's a no, it's not a veggie pygmy. Sorry, it's a Batiri goblin.
Yes.
These guys are all wearing little horns. So I guess they're made to look like little jungle folk to come out and be like. You wouldn't know what they're saying. He's pretty solid on his legs. I've seen a lot worse, such as the. Do we get invisible?
Yes.
And whoa, I'll get to that in a minute. Look at this guy. What do you think? The skirt color. Little
I
grass.
like the dark green.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It's beautiful.
And we've got a red cap, number 1 on there. These are fey creatures, so let's see, he's pretty solid. All these bits are pretty good. They move all right. His white has just been smeared all over, even onto his red cap. He's got white smeared, which I assume is meant to be his hair as part of his beard. Looks like they've come up from underneath and just hit him with the white, and they've come down from the top and hit him with the white, and it's just made a bit of a mess. He's been given a wash, but his pants and things look good. So those wrinkles and things may give it a really good effect as to, especially when you throw a wash on there, that really makes him stand out. Someone who knows how to design these sort of things. Especially with the hanging bits of red from his cap, his red cap. So, very cool. Descent of Avernus, definitely come in handy for. Oh my god. This is Asarak Invisible, number 38. Asarak the Lich. The whole thing this guy's about.
Are they supposed to be rare?
I reckon. This is Asarak, and if I wanted to, I could paint that. I could put a coat down, and I could paint him, and I could leave the clear stuff still clear to paint my effects and effect paint on. This is a really good one mini to get as a painter, because I now can paint Asarak. And I've already got an Asarak from a different set, but more Lich Kings of Asarak. He's on the front of the book. Front of the DMG, I think.
See?
Look at these cloaks. Yeah, they're on, but I'm not in fear of anything snapping off. It's all clear. That'd be a really good one to paint if you so want to. Or leave them as invisible if you already have an Asarak. Very handy. Whoa, I need one of them.
What are those? What are they?
For I need this from Tomb of Horrors, not Tomb of Annihilation. This is a giant 4-armed gargoyle, 44. Alright, well, he's upright. Okay, he's on there pretty good. If you know the Tomb of Horrors, there's these gargoyles sitting there with their arms. Some of them snapped off, some of them not. So if you had multiple of these, you could cut that arm off and put it down there on the ground next to him if you were running Tomb of Horrors. The wings are on alright. There's, unlike the Terrafolk that's had smooth wings, this guy has textured wings. So the wash that's been put in with this, the light wash, works well. The dry brushing of the green all over him looks like he's been sitting in the jungle for a long time and he's got a lot of moss growing on him. And his hands, they've bundled up most of his fingers, so we shouldn't see anything snapping off. And his feet, look at his weird toe feet.
Oh, they only have 4 toes.
Yeah, it's
That's
gargoyle.
illegal. That's illegal.
What else you got? It's illegal. That's illegal to have 4 toes.
Yes.
Veggie pygmy. No, this one is not the chief, so just a normal veggie pygmy.
Oh.
I sound like I'm going to need a few of them. Number 3, with spear. And with that spear, he's got more structural. You look at the Spelljammer Autognomes, and they might as well be doing limbo. They're so flexible. But these veggie pygmies, with that spear, gives them that extra bit of security.
Oh.
Simple green with a brown pant, light touch of darker green on top and colouring his spear. It'd be handy to have a few veggie pygmies. Where's the other one? He's over there, together.
This
Werebear.
axe, this hammer thing
Mjolnir.
is shiny.
It is very shiny. We've got the Werebear 20 bear. All right, so that whole arm, both arms are just being glued on the side, and you can see the gaps all around them.
Oh.
They stand out quite a bit. They haven't covered them up enough. He's just one colour with a wash on him, and his whole foot. Do you see his foot? It's like all his toes and about like a little bit back from his toes where they start. It's just a black strap. So it's not just his claws. It's like the end of his foot is completely black. He's got black in his claws and it goes on both sides. And then just give him a little nose splotch and then paint on his face. And he's got a little goatee.
The face sort of looks cute.
You think he's a cute werebear?
I think so.
You think he's a good guy?
That hammer is very...
Very flexible, but ours is pretty central.
I think if he was going to battle in like real life, it will probably hit his face a few times.
You reckon? You're going to hit himself?
Yeah,
hit his snout?
like,
hit him on the bare nose?
Yeah, just like, no, it's floppy, oof.
I don't think it's floppy. It's floppy because it's plastic.
Imagine if it like a
Pick
real...
it up and it's going to...
Imagine if like a real axe was just made out of like plastic or like the
I don't think it'd be a
handle.
real axe then. It'd be a
Like
cosplay axe.
Plastic for like the hand, and then this is like real hard metal, and
It'd
just
be heavy and it'd bend it.
and then
Be like a flail. Or a monodrone. Number 10 monodrone. I need a bunch of these. I'm looking at going planar shortly, and with planar adventures coming out later this year for 5th edition, we're going to need more mod drones. For a mod drone march, you need another mod drone march, and you need a lot of these guys. So I'm happy to get at least one, if not another one, in this set. He's good. His eyes very detailed. They've splotted that on the middle. A little bit of gold got onto his wings that have gone up him. He's pretty movable, but it's not that bad. Once again, I've seen worse. He's quite thin, so he's standing up okay. But yeah, he could snap if you kept it. But he's on there really good. That eye has got a lot of the detail in, but I like how they've put enough of the... They've even got his smile, his little mouth down there if you're looking...
I see that.
All his points. I like these guys. I want to play one. I want to play one who's also a clockwork sorcerer. Nikolov. This one is the 32 Bravo. All right. He has done a good amount of detail with this guy. Even his pants look like they've got a little bit of the tones through it, and the molding looks great. His back, you can see part of his spine. His wings are different colours on the outside to the inside, and they've even painted the lines or the limbs inside the wing, but they have spilled over onto his wing when they've tried to do them. I do that by hand all the time, but I can't blame a machine, I guess. The sword's strong enough, so it's not going to bend too much, and his face has just enough detail, a bit of colouring in the ears, mouth, and eyes. And the horns, the colouring starts, but like misses like the first inch if it was a real guy. I've got a couple of these guys already, but he is really solid. Like, you ain't bending him. He's on there, and he's holding position. I'm not seeing mage. Oh, no, there it is. There's the mould line up his side, on his left side, and I don't see on his right. See that line?
Oh, I see that.
Yeah, it's the mould line.
I can... Hang on. Yeah, I see the mold line.
You see it on the other side? It's under his arm as well. Yeah, it's kind of... It's really, really prominent on his right-hand side. But he's not too bad. I will bring him upon... You've got him. You're already ahead of me. Tabaxi Minstrel. Tabaxi Minstrel 21 Alpha. Alright. He, for a thin-limbed creature, is quite stable. Tail's good. They've given him a cheetah print, which works nice, but isn't on his undersides. Like the inside of his legs sort of thing, or the underside of his arms. The loot looks good, but the bit of paint has spilt over onto the loot from his hands. The head looks like it's glued. Ooh, did that almost move? Head's been glued on, with a little bit of pink for the nose and ear tips. And he's got a little bit of gold highlights on his cloak and such. Or I need more tabaxi. There are not enough tabaxi in the standard D&D stuff. Oh, see, here we go. Here's the skeleton key number 6C, 6 Charlie, and he is loose as hell. He could easily be bent. Like, he could be a limbo dude. Look at this guy. He can limbo.
Limbo.
Between his spine and his ankles, he is not strong.
He can join in the limbo games under the ground.
The key bit I know is part of the adventure, but you can probably ignore that enough if you need skeletons. You always need more skeletons. You need like a dozen skeletons at least before you start going too far. Although thought I saw a mold line right up the side of him.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there it is, right up his ribcage. You can see the mold line.
I see that.
Not too bad. A bit of white spilt onto his thighs, spilt onto his black skirt cloak thing. But he's got at least a little bit more detail on the front hanging and the belt, and his shoulder patches.
So look at.
And then he's just had a bit of a wash put over him.
Look at this guy. He has black on his butt.
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier.
Yeah.
All right, we've also got Velociraptor. I said I needed a few of these. I need to increase my dinosaurs. I got Velociraptor 5AE, 5 Alpha. He's been coloured orangey, when been given a black top coat or a dark top coat and a white line on his belly, and then they've called it a day for this guy. Yeah, I've seen worse in terms of wobble and stability, but he's on there. He's not going to come off unless you do some real forceful damage. The details start to lack a little bit because they've just dry brushed heavily on the top to give him that darker appearance. And then that's about it. All in all, you need a lot of velociraptors. They hunt in packs.
Lucky last box.
Lucky last box. Already, it has gone so quick. I love opening miniature boxes.
Yeah, it's super fun.
What do we got? Come on.
Come
on, Dragon Bait. I need Dragon Bait. I'm going to have to buy him. I need Dragon Bait. I need Sariels.
Okay, maybe this might be your lucky one.
I hope so. What do we got?
What's this?
A marrow?
I spy with my little eye a double.
Another Aarakocra. Oh, well. Is this our first double?
I think so.
There's others that are similar, but this is our first double. So we got the Aarakocra.
Okay, Dad, want to get this guy now?
I do. The marrow. This is the Marrow 26 Alpha. Oh, well, he's got a nice detail. The way he twists around, the clear stuff is on solidly, the clear water. Then his tail has 2-3 tones in it. There's a join just here in the middle you can see, where then his thighs equivalent would start. And it's got multi-toned along his tail. His face doesn't have much colours, but these little dangly cheek bits have tipped. He's been highlighted with golds and purples and for his fins and such. And he's been armed with a stabby. Ooh, okay, that's another limbo dude. Put him down. What do we got? Another limbo, a Cholton zombie. All right, we haven't got a Cholton zombie. Square him back up again. 9 of 45. Cholton zombie. Well, look at his face and eyes. Look at his mouth. Look at his expression.
He looks weird.
He looks weird? Well, he's a zombie.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly...
He's got a bent leg, but he's like, does the other one have a bent leg? Do both of these Aarakocra have the bent leg? They do. They both have that bent leg.
But that one's bent at all.
Yeah, so hang on. This guy's got a bent leg, but he's meant to have a bent leg. He's a zombie.
He's a zombie. Okay. Oh, Dad.
All right, I've given him dark skin and then a yellow material robe thing, and then just a belt.
Dad, this is one that we just got. Look, they're like twins.
Is that twinsies? The orc twinsies. This one's number 8A. All right, yeah. A nice orc barbarian. All my orcs are wearing too much armor, so this guy, not having armor, being the jungle, works really well. I need an orc barbarian that he's on there, probably so nice and secure. Look, he's got wash on the back of the axe, but on the front of the axe they kind of miss. Didn't put any. His face has been done up with his tusks.
He looks similar. He looks really similar, just to.
That orc. Oh yeah, they must be bros from the same clan. All right, well, we didn't get either of the big ones that we wanted. That's a shame. That's all right. I'll have to jump on and order them individually. But we did get some cool ones. This gargoyle is definitely...
I bet you're really happy.
Yeah, Invisible Acerak. These two, I'm going to need to get a few of them. I'm sure a dungeon room has more than two. And fire newts. It's time to start collecting pygmies and tabaxis, and I could buy another box. Unfortunately, I could only buy one this time because they're such rare to get a whole booster box. But we did it. I managed to find them for a good price. Well, I hope you've enjoyed looking at these boosters and going through with me. I'm going to add these now to my D&D collection. And we'll hopefully have some more to open up. I have already ordered the Bigbies. I've got 10 boxes coming through, not booster ones. Individual, I've ordered 10 because I got a good deal. So they're coming out later in August. So hopefully come late August, September, you'll see another video.
Okay.
Thank you for joining me, sweetie.
I was happy to join you. I really enjoyed doing this.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, thanks for joining me. Check out the rest of the stuff, the reviews, the miniatures, the adventure reviews, subclass reviews, and all the other things. Check out those links and check out the Patreon for some STL files and building of the holy symbols of all the deities and city symbols and symbologies that you can print off, hand out to your players to give them something tactile to say what they see.
Okay.
Cool. I'll catch us next time. See ya.